Hey guys, this is Methlodis with Terminus Forge here to bring you the info about the new 1.01 update for The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. This update is just to patch the game for many of the issues that plagued players at launch. The list was posted on Rebirth's discussion section within Steam by Simon, one of the devs. It can be found in the links below. First was the version that wouldn't allow users running anything other than OpenGL 3.0 to run the game. Most of the users described this as either crashing on startup or a black screen when trying to open the executable file for the game. The devs can be quoted as crash on startup. To all the people who are not able to start the game at all, we worked around some OpenGL issues in the v1.01 build. You might be able to start the game now. We sadly could not test this fix properly because none of the PCs in our office have that problem. It seems it only happened on machines that don't support OpenGL 3.0. Generally speaking, for most users, this should be fixed. But those who actually don't meet the hardware requirement to open or to use OpenGL 3.0 unfortunately will not be able to use the game until this has been fixed by the devs. For those of you who can use OpenGL 3.0 on your systems or just don't know, it is recommended that you update your graphics card drivers to the newest. This should be done anyways for all games so you don't get into conflicts with any other programs. But for those of you who don't know, I will link to the OpenGL wiki page that has all the links for the current drivers for NVIDIA, AMD, Intel systems, or ATI chipsets that now support graphics cards, separated by their operating system and chip manufacturer. As far as those who can run OpenGL, this should be a fix for it. Unfortunately, again, for those of you who can't run OpenGL 3.0, you will have to wait until the devs fix it. And that will be when they actually get some testing builds that don't have the 3.0's requirements. This next issue affected me personally and can be seen through some of my playthroughs, as well as many other users have been reporting it on the forums. The wiped saved games have been addressed by the developers, and they believe they've come to they've come up with a fix for the issue, and it seems that Steam's cloud sync wasn't properly implemented, so the games were being overridden or completely deleted by the Steam servers as they were trying to copy older game files onto the new ones. The devs can be quoted as saying, "Lost saved games. To all the poor people who lost their saved games, we are incredibly sorry for that. It didn't happen to us during testing, and we think it must have been something to do with how Steam Cloud is used in the game. The patched game has slightly more robust Steam Cloud handling and should do better. If you still experience problems, you can now turn off Steam Cloud syncing by setting Steam Cloud equals 0 in the Options.ini. Your save games will still be uploaded to the cloud when that setting is off, but your local save games can't be overwritten by cloud files anymore. If you have already unlocked a lot of Steam achievements and don't have them in your local save file anymore, you can restore them by pressing Alt plus F2 or just F2 for Macs and Linux users on the stats menu page." So far, it seems that this solution has worked after playing a few games of me testing, but still after testing, I've turned off Steam Cloud through the Options.ini just to be safe, and I'll probably keep that there until the next few patches confirm that this has been completed. Later in the video, I'll actually explain how or where and how the Options.ini file is and how to go by editing it. Separate but similar issue specifically affecting OS X users, in which they were given a black screen during gameplay, which was triggered by either turning on the color correction option or when a shockwave effect was triggered, and I believe that was the refraction effect when any shockwave ability was triggered or enemy attack. They were specifically quoted as, Black screen on OS X. Players reported that OS X would show a black screen when either color correction was turned on or when a shockwave effect was being displayed in-game. We fixed the color correction and disabled the shockwave effect on OS X for now. Some users are experiencing issues with the automated pause menu when switching to different programs or windows from Rebirth. The idea behind this is when a player clicks on another window, the game would automatically pause. Unfortunately, these were causing some issues for some users, including crashes and freezes. The devs are quoted as saying, "Pause on lost window focus. Some people had a problem with this. It is now possible to turn off the auto pause after the game window loses focus by setting pause on focus lost equals 0 in the Options.ini. Now this hasn't entirely been fixed, but the devs have made some small patchwork by putting this in the Options.ini file for us to actually turn off, though they will be working on this later to completely get rid of this. The devs have also fixed other lower profile issues in the game. Other major issues that are now fixed: crash during 2 of the later boss fights, crash when using the fortune teller, Xbox 360 controller issues on Linux, Haunt staying invincible sometimes, and player being found out of bounds after returning from, spoiler, black market. We also fixed some minor gameplay related issues that I will not mention here in detail. I haven't been able to find any of the actual details of this, but it's probably to do with item abilities and balancing. They also updated the post later saying that the soundtrack DLC problems, in which Steam users were not able to download the soundtrack automatically with their purchase of the game, is still being sorted out. It should be noted that the bug that causes USB audio devices to pop and crackle while the game has been running has not been fixed in this patch. However, there is a solution to this, and it has been implemented into the Option.ini file. The devs have been quoted on saying in a separate page that I will link in the description, audio noise for hardware connected on USB. If you are experiencing crackling or otherwise scrambled audio and your audio hardware is connected via USB, it might be that the gamepad hot plugging is interfering with your USB. You can disable gamepad hot plugging by changing controller hot plug equals 1 to controller hot plug equals 0 in the Options.ini file, which is located in your save data folder. Look to the top of this page for instructions on how to locate the save data folder on your PC. We also might be help to avoid connecting your audio hardware, speakers, headphones, headset, microphone via USB if that is an option for you. I've experienced this during some of my recording sessions using my Blue Snowball USB microphone for my voice audio tracks, and this does fix that issue as well. I've had no issues since turning on the controller hot plug variable in the Options.ini file, and I highly recommend this to anyone who's currently experiencing the issue. Again, even after this patch, I still find that this is an issue, at least with my microphone. Unfortunately, I do not have a headset with USB to test this on. Now I'll show you how to resolve many of these issues by going into the Options.ini file within the Binding of Isaac save file directory, by default put into My Documents. To do this, open your computer, select your Documents folder, select My Games, Binding of Isaac Rebirth, and select the Options.ini file. This will either say Options.ini or Options with a subheading of Configuration Settings. This will open a file as a text document, and you can edit the options from there. For turning off Steam Cloud overwriting, replace Steam Cloud equals 1 to Steam Cloud equals 0. To disable Autopause, set Pause on Focus Lost equals 1 to Pause on Focus Lost equals 0. And for fixing the popping and distortions with USB audio devices, change controller hot plug equals 1 to controller hot plug equals 0. Hit File and save. To find the original posting of these solutions as well as more fixes, the link to the patch notes and the known issues fixes will be posted in the description. This was Methlodis at Terminus Forge. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see any more of these patch or update overviews in the future. We hope this helped, and see you guys later.